No one is going to thank you, and that's all right. You bend over backwards, you do gymnastics, you do a bunch of handstands and flips just to feel appreciated, just to feel like you are worthy, like you're human. You bend over backwards, you do everything that you can in the book just to hear someone say thank you at the end of the day, whether it's for your family, your friends, those closest to you, those strangers. You are accommodating for everyone else but yourself every time you try to mold yourself into a person that someone will think at the end of the day. I wonder if you're aware of who you are when you're not performing for everybody else in your life. I wonder if you've tapped into yourself, the side of you, the version of you that is not molding and breaking and bending yourself to be a best top tier version for someone else, a best top tier human, a superwoman, a superman, a superhuman for everybody else. I have had the tendency, and I low-key still do have the tendency of hurting myself, of not putting myself first, just so that I can put other people first, because it's what I'm used to. It felt like it was in my nature when it's not something that's natural. It's just that it was something that I was brought up with, something that I feel is innate within me, but it probably is not. I care a lot, of course. I have almost a natural amount of care in my heart and in my body, but I care too much sometimes. And not in positive ways. I have a beautiful amount of positive care, but there's also negative care in there, and you can probably thinking, how can care and affection and wanting other people to be okay be negative? Well, because you're killing yourself. You have to put your oxygen mask on before you put on anyone else's. And in this discussion, I don't want you to walk away thinking, oh, so I just have to better myself first, love myself first, and then I can give all my love to everyone else. The end goal isn't really to give all your love to everyone else and to be there for other people in the best version that you can be. That's also an amazing benefit. That's beautiful. But I feel like people focus on that too much when they're giving advice on how to fill up your own cup. The goal isn't to fill up your own cup, then boom, you can go help everyone else. Just focus on the now. Focus on the you. Focus on filling up your own cup, of course. Don't focus on the after. Just focus on how it is helping you. Especially if you're a person who has been so selfless throughout your entire life, to a fault, not even just positively selfless, but negatively selfless. There is a way to be negatively selfless, because this starts to breed into something where you feel like you have to be thanked at the end of the day for saving everybody else in your life. No one's going to thank you, superwoman, superman, superhuman. No one is going to be saved from a boulder or saved from a car crash or saved from a bad relationship, and then you land with them in your arms and you're going to expect a thank you. No one is going to look up at you and say thank you. They're going to get out of your arms. They're going to walk along and go about life feeling better that you saved them, but not feeling the need to show any gratitude. No one is going to thank anyone. Gratitude isn't mandatory, and I don't want this to sound nihilistic. It is just the truth. Obviously, there are times in life where people thank each other. That's a beautiful thing, I believe, that people thank each other. My goal for you to understand and walk away with is that you should not be expecting the thank you for the thing that you're doing. That also makes that action that you're doing feel a bit performative too, and feel a bit faux and fake, because you're doing it for that thank you at the end of the day. It's the same thing with people in relationships when they have different love languages. One person is doing one love language for the other person, but the other person doesn't receive that as love because they don't see it as that. They have a different type of love language that they want to receive. And so at the end of the relationship, the person is going to be like, let's say person A's love language is gift giving, and person B's love language to receive is communication. So the person keeps buying and giving all these gifts to person B, and 3 years down the line, they're gonna be like, look at all these gifts that I gave you. Look at all of this. Look at all this stuff, that I gave you. How come you don't love me anymore? How come we're breaking off? What's happening? I love you so much. Can't you see? I gave you all of this. This is my version of love. It becomes selfish almost. All these selfless acts become selfish because it's contained to you only. And person B is saying, well, we barely spoke these past 3 years. When I got home from work, we didn't speak. When I passed you in the kitchen, we didn't speak. Every time I bring up something, you don't want to speak. You just want to give me gifts. And giving gifts is perfect. That's beautiful. That's all right. But if it's not the person's love language, the person that you are giving it to, then it is all for naught, unfortunately. You believe, and you grew up believing, that your existence in and of itself was not enough. Was not enough to be praised, was not enough to be appreciated, or to be loved, or to be worthy of anything good in this life. And so you started putting all these little masks on. You started putting one on. Oh, this is the gift giver. You started putting another mask on. This is the people pleaser. You started putting another mask on. Oh, this is the listener. This is the person who been some. And then you put all these different masks, and you realize, oh, wait, who am I? Who am I in this life? You get home, you go to your room, you take them all off, and you're just confused. You're sitting there with yourself like, who the hell am I? Am I even a real human? Or am I just the version to myself that I pretend to be when I'm outside in the world so that people can like me? When I'm outside with my family so that they can like me, so that they can love me. They never told me that they loved me growing up. They never told you that they loved you growing up. They never told you that your existence was worthy of something great, of something beautiful, such as pure, unconditional love. So you did all these things to make them love you, and they still don't love you. So stop. Stop. Stop spinning around to get people who you believe should love you to love you, because it's not going to happen, and it's going to wear you down into a skeleton of a being. And you don't want to be a hollow skeleton of a being. You want to be a full human with a soul and a spirit. But the draining that, you're draining it yourself. Oh, you got a 90 on the test? Why didn't you get 100? Oh, you got a 100? Why didn't you get a 101? Oh, you swept the floor? Why didn't you mop the floor? Oh, you did this even though you're sick and you're hurting? Why couldn't you do this, that? Why couldn't you do X, Y, Z? Or you're listening to me ramble for 3 hours even though you have an assignment due at 11:59? But you didn't listen to me for that 4th hour. You didn't listen to me past midnight, so you're not worth thinking. Literally, you can never do enough. So stop trying to be enough for other people and be enough for yourself. You are never going to amount to their standards, because their standards are endless. If I'm being so honest, other people are insatiable when it comes to you, because you have an energy. You have an energy that is so potent and so natural and so pure that they want to speak and suck it out of you like a vampire. And vampires are insatiable. Everyone around you is insatiable. They want more and they want more, and they don't say thank you. They come and they feed from you and they say, oh, I am so full now. Time to go. I'm not going to say thank you, because I'm going to come back for more. I may be full in this moment, but I'm going to want some more later. And if you don't give me more later, then you haven't done enough for me. How could you? Yeah, you trained yourself every other day of the week for the past 20, 40, 30, whatever, how many years. But you're not going to do it today again? Oh, okay. You don't deserve a thank you. You don't deserve me. You don't deserve anything great, because you're not giving yourself endlessly. You're not giving yourself to 110%. You're not being 110% right now. Or you're tired or depressed. It doesn't matter. Go work for me. Go listen to me. Go do this for me. Working. Like something that is subhuman, and you are a human. You have to start treating yourself like a human, even if they don't treat you like a human. I have a canker sore, and opening my mouth too much hurts to speak, but I really want you to hear me. I want you to hear me, and I want you to take care of yourself, because they are not going to take care of you. A thank you is not going to save your life. Gratitude will not save your life. You are a beautiful human being, and if you want to give gratitude, go ahead and give gratitude. I love giving gratitude. I love saying things to people. I love that people know that I appreciate them, but you should not be expecting that in return. You should not be expecting that in return. Do you hear me? When you start expecting it, it becomes less valuable. It becomes less authentic and less real. You could be doing everything right in the book, and no mother effer is going to walk up to you and say, you know what? You have been doing this for the past how many years, and you've been doing this for me, and you just sacrificed yourself so much. You're like a sacrificial lamb, and God, I just love taking from you, and I just love it, and I want to take from you more. I don't want you to think that this is, a goodbye or anything, because I'm going to keep taking from you. But God, I really want to thank you for, giving everything up for me. You're the best for that, honestly. Okay, I'll come back later. I'll see you in a bit. Steer your energy. No one is. No one's playing. You don't know that meme. Sorry, I'm a Gen Z therapist. This is embarrassing. I want you to take a pen and paper, and I want you to write this down. I am not a sacrificial lamb. I am not a sacrificial lamb. I am not a sacrificial lamb. And now I want you to write, I will give all of my energy to myself and myself only. It's a bit scary, isn't it, to write that second one especially? Because you're like, no, my parent deserves my energy. This person deserves my energy. My friend who's going through something right now deserves my energy. What do you mean, myself and myself only? That's so selfish, exactly. That's very much the point. I know you are not a selfish person. This is our first session, but I know you are not a selfish person. Real recognizes real. Realize. And I recognize real. Because you are real. And you have spent your entire life feeling less than. And now it's time to feel greater than. You only feel less than because you're expecting, appreciation from other people and not from yourself. Do you appreciate yourself? Do you feel like you're worthy? So that second statement's a bit scary, but it's worth it. Because you're worth it. You're worth all that energy that you spend on other people to pour back into yourself. Drizzle it all back into yourself. And you're going to feel so good when you do that. I bet it 100%. I will give all of my energy to myself and myself only. I will give all of my good energy to myself and myself only. I will give all of my pure energy to myself and myself only. You can put anything before energy. You can put any positive connotation there. Any positive adjective, because this is not how you're supposed to live. This is it's not right, and it's not fair. You're a human being. You have big feelings. You go through a lot mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically. And yet you're still expecting yourself and expected to be all of that and more for other people. Pretend like you're not all of that actually, so that you could be the opposite of that for people. You're depressed, you'll be the vibrant, energetic person for someone else. Unfortunately, that's where you are right now. Your left arm hurts. You're going to take your right arm and you're going to lift someone else up. Your left leg hurts. You best believe you're going to be hopping on your way with your right leg when someone calls you for help. That it's not fair. It's not right. It's not fair that it's not fair to yourself that you are only operating on 5% of your potential of your 100%, and yet you take a non-existent 95% and you give that to someone else. You take what little you can give to yourself and you pour it into other people. Even if you perform, even if it's fake, even if you're hurting on the inside, you still do it because you want to see other people smile. You want other people to be better. But why would you want other people to benefit from you when you're not even benefiting from yourself? Honestly, I needed to hear that too. You're not giving yourself all these magical, beautiful talents and listening qualities and skills and all these skills that you give to other people. You're not giving yourself it. And that's not fair to yourself. You have all these talents and skills and abilities that you pour into other people without a second thought. And when it comes to yourself, you don't apply it to yourself, the most important being in your entire life. You are the most important being in your entire life. I want you to write this down as well. I am the most important being in my life. Write it down. I am the most important being in my life. This is honestly such a healing video for me. Just writing this down and saying it out loud. I could cry. And I'm trying not to smile too much because I really want to smile and cry at the same time because this canker sore really hurts. I can't believe I'm even speaking doing this video, but I almost choked on my water when I said I'm not going to do it. And then God was like, ah, and I started choking on water and I'm like, oh, I have to do the video. Yeah, fun little backstory. This actually hurts a lot more. I wasn't able to speak yesterday at all. Or for the past few days. So I'm really glad that I'm able to make this video, that I even got ready and decided to do this, because I'm like, people need to hear this. I need to hear this for myself, and I need to just make this video. I love creating, so great for you that you came to this session. Honestly, I really appreciate you checking in with yourself and being willing to hear this and being open to new ideas and new advice, and not shying away and saying, no, I know what I'm doing, but just being willing to hear another human being out who has been through this, you know. I know you're probably like, the therapist has been through this. Of course the therapist has been through this. Of course. The therapist has been through probably every situation that you go to them about. Disclaimer, I'm not a licensed therapist. I am your therapist. I'm your YouTube therapist. Okay, I don't want anyone like taking this video and like, she said she's a therapist. I'm not licensed. I'm just really good at listening to people, and I'm really good at giving advice, so I've been told. Well, how do you know all of this, Amirah? Well, because I came to this revelation a couple months ago when I was told by one of the closest relationships that I have in this world, they don't feel loved by me, that they don't feel, I guess, appreciated by me or loved by me. And I think I crashed out. I think this is around the second time I was being told this, and it hurt. It hurt because I guess maybe it goes back to the same thing with the love languages, where I'm doing all these acts and stuff, and at the end of the relationship or years down the line, the person is like, you haven't really done anything for me that I viewed as worthy. And you know, it hurts when you bend over backward and you put yourself last in every possible situation, and you even make yourself feel small, which again is like that thing where you're like, oh, if I do this, then maybe it'll be better for this person. Like, why is making yourself feel small going to help someone feel bigger and feel like, I don't know, they're gonna thank you for making yourself small in the future? It's such an insipid act that I'm just like, I can't do that anymore. Not to myself, and not even for people around me. Wait, a statement is coming that I want you to write. I will not cut myself and expect my blood to alleviate others. I will not cut myself and expect someone else to put the band-aid. I will not cut myself for someone and expect them to apply the band-aid. Oh my god, I am cooking. Wait, what did I say? Okay, let's write that down. We're writing these down, guys, because when you write it, it becomes truth. When you say it, it becomes truth. The tongue is mighty powerful. Your word, your writing is mighty powerful. This is like a hypersigil. You can make this a hypersigil. I can explain what hypersigils are in a different video. But you just gotta write it down. You gotta believe it. You gotta create that art. What did I say, Brett? Okay, I'm really Gen Z, aren't I? I will not cut myself for someone and expect them to apply the band-aid. To apply the band-aid and to even care that you're bleeding out. Like, they're not gonna care that you're bleeding out, babe. That's our fourth statement. I don't want to quantify this. I just want this to be quality. I want you to write down quality statements for yourself, or to say these quality statements aloud. My brain is telling me now that I have to write like a fifth or sixth one just to make it even, but I'm not going to listen to my brain this time. I'm just going to keep going, and if it feels right to stop, then it feels right to stop. If it feels right to keep going, it's going to feel right to keep going, and I'll feel it. But yes, it hurt, and I was like, damn. So all those times that I missed assignments, that I slept late and had to go to class the next day on 1 hour of sleep, that I was sick and I still spoke, that I had a sore throat and I still spoke and gave advice, that I had a tired brain, but I still worked it in order to give other people advice and to work for that relationship and to do all this. All the times that I've been sick, but I pretended that I was healthy so I can give other people health, so I could speak life into other people, so I could speak life into that relationship. All the times that I killed myself and I cut myself and I bled out on the floor and nobody cared. All those times that happened, that's not worth anything to this person, to this relationship. And after that, I think a shift in my life really began to happen, because this is the closest relationship that I've had in my life. And if I'm not doing enough in that relationship, with everything that I just described and more that I'm doing for the relationship, I'm gonna take a back seat. Yeah, I'm gonna take a back seat when it comes to other people. I'm not gonna be in the front row You know, not that I'm not going to be a cheerleader for other people, but I'm not going to be everything for someone. I'm not going to be the therapist. I'm not going to be the girlfriend. I'm not going to be the leader, the cheerleader. I'm not going to be the teacher. I'm not going to be everything in one. I'm not even all that for myself, and I'm going to do that for someone else. I've been doing that for someone else. It's not healthy. And it's not even a fault to be had with the other person. I can, of course, sit up here and just be like, yeah, like, why don't they appreciate this? And why don't they realize that I do everything for them, and I try to do this. That's not going to do anything at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, they don't feel appreciated. That sucks. And I don't feel like my efforts are appreciated. That also sucks. So maybe separation is the best thing. And that's what I've been doing, and that's pretty healthy. And I'm still learning, like, I don't have to go ahead and be the mother. I don't have to go ahead and be Hercules. I don't have to be a hero. I don't have to do anything for anyone but myself. I have to be my own hero. I have to give advice to myself. I have to write down my advice for myself. I need to take all this energy up and give it to everyone else and just pour it back into myself. What did Beyonce say? I got me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the long run. That's all I need in the long run, something like that. And it's very true. It is very true. That last clip ended at 5:55 p.m. Period. What do the kids do? That's what. Okay, I'm Gen Z, but I'm not really Gen Z. I don't really understand certain memes or like trends, but I also understand other memes and trends. I'm a little outdated sometimes, but whatever. We're gonna ignore that. We're not here to talk about memes. We're here to help you, give you therapy, quote unquote. Not really. Just here to give you some solid advice that hopefully you can use in life, and maybe you can apply to your own life, and not just watch and forget, but watch, and when you're confronted with a situation similar to the ones that I've presented in this video or conveyed in this video, that you're going to think back to this video and you're going to think, you know what, why would I give my all to this person when they don't appreciate me? Why would I bend over backwards for this person when I haven't even gotten a thank you? Why would I do this and that when this person just keeps taking from me and not giving me anything? Why would I blah, 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 blah? Why would I do all this, etc. stuff? I want you to think back to this and truly, like, remember what I said, everything that I said, that I can't even remember because my memory is really something. Y'all, it's really something. But I want you to take notes. That's why I want you to write this down so that you can, like, take this, even if it's a small paper, a post-it note, a diary, whatever. You can put it up on your wall. You can put it on your bed. You can put it next to your light stand, somewhere that you can always see it every single day, and you can read it over when you wake up and before you go to sleep, and just think, yeah, I'm not a sacrificial lamb. I will give all my energy to myself and myself only. I'm the most important being in my life. I will not cut myself for someone and expect them to apply the band-aid. We can get another one going, honestly. I know I said I wasn't gonna, I was gonna, yeah, I know. I was gonna go based off of a feeling, but I want to get another one. I feel like we can get another one. You need air to breathe, right? Sometimes people need you as their ventilation. They need you as their air purifier. They need you as their oxygen. They won't admit that you're their oxygen, but they'll definitely breathe you in. They'll definitely take in your air and say that you don't give them anything. You don't give them life. You don't breathe life into them. They'll say that. You need to stop ventilating around everyone else and stop giving everyone else that air purification, that fresh breath of air. Because then when they start choking, metaphorically, when they start choking or getting sick because they're breathing in dirty, moldy air, then you'll just see that as proof and just be like, oh, it's not even something that you really have to see. You just gotta take away your air and go about your life. But you're gonna notice probably eventually, maybe in a couple weeks, in a few days, in a few seconds, in a few months, that they can't breathe correctly because you're not there. And it's not about being like, yeah, they're gonna see that I was the rock in their life. I was that person in your life that gave them everything they needed. They can't even breathe without me. It's not about being like, like coy about it or rude about it or selfish about it. It's just like, let me preserve my energy. Whatever your lack is now, it's not my problem because I've been lacking it my whole life. Like, I need to take this back for myself. It's not about wanting to watch them regret, like, not treating you right or something. It's just, focus on you, don't focus on what they're gonna do without you. I will breathe in my own oxygen and be scarce with who else I breathe life into. I don't know, I feel like we can just breathe in. Any ideas? Yeah, no. My air is life itself, so I shall be scarce with who breathes me in. Let's go with selective, yeah. I don't know, I really like the word scarce though, I don't know why. But we can go with selective. My air is life itself, so I shall be selective with who breathes me in. We're back on track. I actually love that so much. There we go. That's our last statement of the video, our last affirmation, our last manifestation, our last love message to ourselves. Last but not least, for the video at least. My air is life itself, so I shall be selective with who breathes me in. That's beautiful. And my canker sore is getting worse because of how much I've been speaking. But I was like, if I'm going to use my voice for anything today, if I'm going to risk being in pain for anything today, it's to make this video. So I'm really happy with this, honestly. So to close off the video, I want you to repeat these affirmations to yourself. I want you to truly believe them, not just watch the video, get off and be like, yeah, I wrote them down, I said them all out, but they don't really mean anything. They mean everything. They mean everything in life. They mean everything going forward, because this is how you're going to perceive yourself going forward. You can't perceive yourself like you are less than. You have to perceive yourself like you are greater than. Now, what are we going to say? You are not a sacrificial lamb. You are not a lamb to the slaughter. You will give all of your energy to yourself. And who? Yourself only. There we go. You are the most important person in your life. You are the most important person in your life. You are at the top. You are in the center. You are everywhere. You will not cut yourself for someone and expect them to apply the band-aid. Don't even expect that mother effer to buy the band-aid. Don't even expect them to watch you bleed out, give you enough time to bleed out. No, they're gonna walk away. So you will not cut yourself for someone and expect them to apply the band-aid. Yeah. Your air is life itself, so you shall be selective with who breathes you in. Ooh. Your air is life itself, so you shall be selective with who breathes you in. Don't let everybody get a sniff, a taste. You're a beautiful flower, but that doesn't mean every bee needs to be sucking on you, does it? It sounds a little crazy, but you know what I mean. Your air is life itself, so you shall be selective with who breathes you in. Thank y'all. I'm gonna have to gargle salt water after this. If you care about my efforts and how much I've put into this with my canker sore, if you could like the video, see. But I'm not expecting it. I'm not expecting the thank you. You don't have to say thank you. If you do, that would be amazing. But you don't have to. I'm not expecting it. I'm just putting this out there to see what I do, you know? To see what I do. This is nice. This is actually really nice. This is a therapy session for you and for me. Yeah. If you can comment your own ways of centering yourself and not expecting gratitude for other people, you can let me know, because I love learning new things. I love interaction, so if you guys can interact with this video, that would be really, really great. Especially commenting, likes and subscribing. Liking and subscribing is also great, but I really just like discourse. I really like talking with people, so if you can comment, that'll be great. Thank you so much for having this discussion with me. This was honestly a lot of fun and really eye-opening for myself as well. I hope you learned a lot of things. I hope you wrote them down. I hope you said them to yourself. I hope you're going to post it up somewhere and believe it. Truly believe it, because you deserve the best in life and you deserve all the greatness, and you're worthy of everything that you believed you weren't and more. Going forward, I want you to believe that you're worthy of all the great things in life and that you deserve everything. That the only person you really have to expect a thank you from is yourself for choosing you.